I meditated for a bit and asked Jesus for some help in terms of the massacre in Texas, and just help in understanding. And the first thing I saw was up above all of the people involved, lights. They were not alone. When they crossed over, had always been watched and guided. They were not alone. And when they crossed over, it's no help, but what I felt was they were just giggling children, continuing to giggle on the other side, with all the newfound things they could do. And I asked, why does the unthinkable happen? And what I saw is Jesus dying on the cross of, the unthinkable. People doing the unthinkable to each other. And what he said, God forgive them, they know not what they do. And it's because people are capable of doing these things because we are unaware of who we truly are. And the way out of this is to hold people accountable, but not develop hate for them. This young man who did this unspeakable thing, did not know who he truly is, who we truly are. We all truly are a spark of the divine. If we all knew, we would feel connected with each other. We would feel empathy. Because what happens when we cross over, and I receive messages from people who've crossed over from my family, and the messages are always in the form of a dream. And what they show me is, once they crossed over and eventually had their life review, I understood the life review not to be anyone judging them in some way. It wasn't like, someone went over their lives and all their actions and judged. That's not what happened. What happens is they become the person who was affected by something they said or did. And so they feel, basically, say somebody did something to you that hurt your feelings or something, and really affected you. On the other side, they will be you in that moment, and they will know what you felt. So if we could get to that point here. I had another message in a meditation where I had asked for guidance on an issue I was having, and the guidance I got was to put the other person's heart in my chest, and I saw him put my heart in his chest. So what I understood is that if anytime we engage with someone else, we treat them as if we had our heart, as if it were our own heart we were talking to, then this kind of thing wouldn't happen anymore. So we have to because we'd protect that person, we would love that person, we would care. We want the best for that person because we want the best for ourselves. We want to be treated with love and kindness and respect. So that's the point we need to get to, I guess, here in the physical body in order for such atrocities to no longer happen. Is we have to, whenever we speak to someone, Whenever we have any interactions, imagine that our own heart in that person's chest. That would make a big difference. What else did I want to say? And also, if you have their heart in your chest, you know what they're feeling. You know, I mean, you can imagine that because you can basically put yourself in their shoes, right? And as I always say, this does not mean we hold people accountable. We don't hold people accountable for what they do. We do. And that's a big, fat, important part, because when people don't know who they are and they do bad acts, if they're not held accountable, then there's never a reason for them to seek relief from their pain. And there's never a way for them to find a path to understanding who they are. So it doesn't help others to not hold them accountable. So I'm not saying, oh, forgive and just let, if a person does something horrible, just understand that that person didn't know who they are and just let them go on. No, of course that person needs to suffer the consequences. That is in fact in the best interest of that person and everybody. But we just have to do it in a way that we don't harbor hatred for them in our own heart, because that is perpetuating and continuing the cycle of brutality to one another. So that's the message for today. I feel like it's not satisfying because my God, right? And the truth is that this is a world of opposites, kind of. It's like there's joy and there's pain and suffering, and there's sorrow and there's love. I don't know, I guess I wanted to share. Let me know if this resonates with you or if you have any questions. I will see you in the next one. I'll end with this statue of, I think it's Archangel Michael, I forget, and he is banishing evil. See, with the sword, the dragon. And the way to banish evil is to not to harbor hatred for anyone, to imagine, to walk around with each other's hearts in our chest. All right, see you in the next one.